new money. Now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Vanish. Be cooling out in the whip, and I done near every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Speed at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American. No class, look at them. Another day in the USA. Just another day in America. Kids from my hood look up to the system set us up for failure. I just want to make enough to pay dividends. Then invest in black businesses. They teach us to hate what we see in the mirror, but it can't break our spirit. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them.
I let my birds come in. Sounds like I see seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, yeah. You from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. Yeah. She go to battle.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Watch it now, Barney. 3 down. Over.
Coleman now. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now Jackson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the ball! On the ball! Here you go, 368!
Second down, Dalton. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
The first down throw coming for Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Heavy. There you go, 368. Watch safety creeping.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Ice. Hey, watch 85. There you go, 368.
It's second down. Dalton looking. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And the Ravens taking the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Christian Covington in there to sack him for a loss of 6. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
368.
Throwing again. Dalton going for the deep ball. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Now Jackson on 2nd down. Snead's got it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs.
Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Leopard! Over! Watch him now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Leopard!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Nice. 4 down. There's a head.
Dalton throwing on second down. On the right side, caught by Green. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The connection since 2011, Dalton to Green for a Bengal first down. Dalton, first and 10. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Snap came at 1. Now here's Dalton. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Heavy. Nice. Legs up. Hey, getting ready for something coming back.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Tyus Bowser, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Around the NFL, they're in the 2nd in Philly. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Remain in a scoreless first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. On 2nd down, Jackson on the screen. This is Coleman. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Watch twist.
Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Dalton now to pass. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Gets out of a little bit of trouble there with a shifty move. He'll take it up past the 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
To throw on second down. Dalton got his man. It's Eifert. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Hey, we got 4.
Ice. Hey, get ready for something coming left.
Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he gets this one all the way up to the 40. Give him 30 yards there.
The well-executed slant routes are based on timing, and that one was hit just right. Ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly, right to the receiver. He catches it on the run, and you saw the end result. Big-time run after catch. They love those rack yards.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Here you go. 93, 52, 93, 44. Here you go. 52, 44. Get ready for 57 over there.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his left. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, after a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Go on the ball. 360 over here. You're good. Legs up.
Looking to throw on second down. Dalton going deep for Eifert. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. score. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Bengals are in for 6. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Jackson on first down. Steps away to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll run it here with Brown. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here you go. We're good. We're good. Lead. Lead. Here you go. 368. Here you go. Move. Here you go. 368. Legs up. Legs up.
To throw on 2nd down. Dalton. And that is incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Side. Lead. Lead. Regular.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Andy Dalton now hitting on two-thirds of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
Nice.
18, I got you, 18.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point try for Gostkowski. Gostkowski the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Here's Jackson. Forced out to his left. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
They'll toss it to Coleman. Oh, and now he bowls him over. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Jackson now to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point good by Gostkowski, and it's now 21-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
To throw is Jackson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Coleman. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And whatever adjustments they made at intermission, they're working because the first half they didn't look so hot. Now they seem to be clicking.
And you know me really well, partner. A lot of the time, I like to downplay the idea of adjustments. Maybe it's just they executed better. But in this case, I think you're right on to something. They look so much sharper, so much better. They obviously saw something they needed to change, and they did exactly that.
Change is working right now. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
That's a football play right there. That takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right, get it to your back, get a lot of people out in front, control the line of scrimmage, wide receivers blocking downfield. It almost feels like half the crowd is in front of him, getting it down to the secondary. They have a tough time getting him down.
They go play action here on first down. Out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw it back deep. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A.J. Green with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Gostkowski for the point after. Gostkowski with the extra point, and it is 28-0. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Hey! Detroit! Here it is!
Now Jackson on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Leopard!
To throw again is Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Jackson. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They go play action with Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 25. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Crabtree the target on that one. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
4 down.
Now a carry for Bernard. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Green's got it over the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Dalton to Green for his Cincinnati first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Andy Dalton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Come off the ball.
368. 2 by 2. Move.
Fresno.
Ice.
Fresno. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
Hey. Ice.
He's moving, boys, he's moving.
Dalton here from the gun. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
This is Cole. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Check. Lucky.
On 3rd down, Coleman, and he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, 4th down now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Heavy. 25. Ice.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Second down, Dalton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play, Dalton to his favorite receiver, Green, 42 yards. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
368. 2-by-2. Move.
Operating from the gun, Dalton. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Now Bernard. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
4 down.
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Regular.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Heavy.
Coming after you, 25.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Nice.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now it's Jackson, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Go, on the ball, on the ball.
4 down, 4 down. Check.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Here's Bernard. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape of this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for Cincinnati, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll drop to 0-2. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch